Real Talk.
All right, welcome back to the...
Yes, sa'yo.
Wala na, sabaw na. Real talk. Ayan na. No, because ganito bro, I have a show with him. I have a show with you. Medyo nagkaroon ako ng dissonance. Like, anong show ulit yan? I'm sorry guys. Okay. Now,
Tuloy-tuloy ka kasi, brother.
Ganyan talaga.
Tuloy-tuloy ka
Wala tayo
kasi.
sa Palantes University.
Intersectionality. Yeah. Alright, real talk. Yung pala, just to make it clear. Kasi sorry, wait lang, para may ibang show ako dito, may ibang show. Ganun talaga ang mga balimbingeros. Now, speaking of, bro, what's the latest in town? I heard there's a new application.
Kahapon, nabulaga lahat kahapon dahil Thread is now online. You can now download it sa App Store and 10 million users kagad.
First 7 hours.
Napakadali mag-sign up for Thread kung may Instagram ka, di ba?
Napakadali.
Sabi mo lang, game, dito na ako. Tapos tatanong niya sa'yo, gusto mo ba i-follow yung mga fina-follow mo? You just say yes, andun na.
So you go on Instagram and
No, you
download mo yung
Thread
Thread,
muna.
pero madedetect niya na may Instagram ka. Sabi niya, gusto mo bang ituloy? So yung picture mo sa Instagram, mamigrate na doon.
Yeah.
Yung bio mo sa
Seamless.
Instagram, pwede mo na ilagay doon. Yung pina-follow mo sa Instagram, gano'n.
You can
Napakadali.
change your name sa ano.
Right.
Kung ano yung name mo sa Instagram, yun din yung name mo sa
Lahat
Thread.
na. Kumbaga seamless transition.
Oo.
lang,
And ito lang ang pwede mo sa Twitter eh. Kasi monopoly power ng Meta yung ginagamit mo, di ba? Kasi meron ng alternative Twitter, Mastodon, for example.
pero walang pumatol.
Tsaka matagal lang walang
Kasi
kwenta.
it's different eh.
Yeah.
Parang different, ano na naman. Ito same ecosystem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Different app, pero same ecosystem. And
Kasi ikaw, ang laki ng following mo sa Instagram, di ba? So, madali sa
for example, ako, nag-sign up ako kahapon.
Yeah.
Sa Instagram, I have 200,000 followers.
Represent.
So, nung pagpasok ko sa Thread, in one day, ngayon nasa 1,400 followers
Alam mo,
na.
Mark, nahihinaan pa ako dyan. 200,000, 1,000 lang.
Yes.
I would have thought mas malaki kasi napakadaling i-refollow eh.
Kasi yung hindi lahat nag-ano eh. Meron kasi iba magpapasok sa Thread tapos hindi sila magfa-follow everyone.
Isa-isahin nila.
Isa-isahin nila.
So, pagod ka dyan.
Yun. So hindi ka kasi baka you want to see their pictures pero ayaw mo namang pakinggan ako ano yung sasabi.
Yung pinafollow mo dahil crush mo pero yung pala kaaway mo sa politika, wag na.
Diba? So may ganon. So
lang tayo sa Instagram or something.
kaya kung ako yung user, saan ako mas gaganahan? Doon sa mas marami akong followers.
Correct.
Sa Twitter, hindi din ako active pero for 6 years, 400 lang yung followers ko. Paano ko gaganahan naman?
Pero nagbayad ka na for Blue eh.
Bayad siya for Blue?
Oh,
Nag-invest
blue
ka
check
na
ako.
eh.
Just, parasa rin si Richard. Yun lang yung
Mag-invest ka eh.
yun lang yung gamit ng blue check ko.
Come on. But this is what I love, all right? I'm not a fan of Zuckerberg, but for me, I'll always choose him over Elon Musk, right? Especially in MMA fights, speaking of jiu-jitsu,
grabe,
right? The funny thing is, nalaman ko lang itong thread na to over Twitter. And si Zuckerberg, once in 10 years nag-tweet, tweet niya yung kalaban ng Twitter. So over the past 48 hours...
Wait, teka, may Twitter account si Zuckerberg?
Yes,
exactly.
He barely uses it. Hindi ginagamit.
Once lang. Pang-asar lang kay Elon. Oh, by the way, meron kami pangkalaban sa Twitter. 10 million na kaagad. 7 hours pa lang. Pang-asar talaga. Round 1 pala. Zuck 1. Elon 0 kaagad. So Twitter is... bye-bye Twitter, Thread, puro top trending. Oh, bro.
Tapos sa piko naman to si Elon,
Of
gustong
course.
i-lawsuit ang Facebook
sure.
for using their algorithm ko, no?
Yeah. So madugo yan. So mauna yan kaysa yung MMA fight nila.
Demandahan nila. Pero yun ang tanong ko, bilang someone na who use very active sa
Twitter talaga ako. Yeah.
Twitter boy to
I'm
eh.
really a Twitter guy. Yeah.
So, do you think tatalon kaya? How many, kumbaga if you're a Twitter user, are you, will you start over doon sa Thread?
Iba kasi yung maging algorithms. I'm sure I haven't tested Thread. So, syempre medyo gets namin how to make things trend on Twitter. Baka it doesn't apply.
Wala pang trending sa
Wala
Thread.
pang trending sa Thread eh.
At ako, my weakest platform is actually Instagram. I mean, for someone who does a lot of OOTD.
Nagubad ka ba? Baka kailangan
Hindi pa
konti
naman.
ubad na konti.
Pumasok sa Instagram.
Ang problema sa mga kafubad na yan, maraming likes pero hindi nagpa-follow. Pero, maraming private messages bigla. So, iba yata. Tinder yata ang hinahanap.
Pare yung mga private message pag ganyanan lang. Sup?
Pang Tinder ang gusto niya. Do you have a Tinder account? Yung mga ganun, like, medyo ayaw natin dyan.
Sup? I like your pics.
What's up, bro? Pare, ganda ng biceps natin, pare.
And then gusto ko din malaman gaano makaka-apekto yung politika ni Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Kasi, di ba, very right-wing si Elon ngayon.
Yeah.
So, will the liberals...
But Elon, sorry for cutting you. Elon is I'm a bit invested in this thing na kasi, I mean, the thing with Elon, I think, is he was so spoiled by the liberal media. They created a Frankenstein out of
They
him.
lionized him
they lionized him. Nung wala na si Steve Jobs.
Oo.
So, biglang, then na-realize na...
Alam mo ba, I didn't realize he's being followed around by Walter Isaacson, the biographer of Steve Jobs, and the biographer of Leonardo da Vinci. And Walter Isaacson, his thing is he wants to do biographies of geniuses, di ba? His latest biography is Jennifer Doudna, yung Nobel Prize winning Berkeley professor.
Yun na.
Who does work on CRISPR. So, if he follows Elon Musk around, he's saying that he's a genius on the level of Jennifer Doudna and
yun nga
Steve Jobs.
So
that's absurd.
That's absurd.
That's absurd. Yeah.
But the thing is, I think Elon kind of, overestimated himself. He thought it cuts across political spectrum, but no, there was a backlash during pandemic. And this was also the time that Elon's wealth went from 20 billion to 200 billion. So, nag-explode na over 2021, 2022. And kinakancel na siya. I think his height was yung nag-jutes siya sa show ni Joe Rogan. That was his height. And then after that, war na siya. Culture war. So, he shifted to Republican
Party. Tsaka napakalinaw na kasi ng politics, di ba? Natanggal si Tucker Carlson sa Fox News. Anong ginawa? Binigyan ng show sa Twitter. So, Twitter parang branded na as effectively right-wing space.
But to be fair to Elon, he offered to friends from MSNBC, etc. But wala namang kumakagat sa kanya kasi so canceled na siya sa left. So his only option is the right. And in the right, he has so many fanboys. The whole
yung
Elon fan zone.
Tsaka yung intellectual dark web. Yung Joe Rogan types.
Jordan Peterson more
Jordan
like.
Kaululan ni Jordan Peterson.
More like Jordan Peterson, boy. Yung following niya. At least si Joe Rogan can go seamlessly from one side to the other. So yun yung situation ngayon. But we can go on and on about it. I mean, you're a jiu-jitsu guy. Are your bet is on Zaki? Na he's just gonna tire out the guy, the other big guy?
Siguro.
Ikaw?
Ano ba? May training ba? May martial arts background ba si Elon whatsoever?
GSP.
Si GSP. So, pero nagsimula na ba siya?
Yes, nagsimula na.
Pero mas matagal na nagte-train si Zach sa kanya, di ba?
Of course. Zach is like blue belt
may element din talaga yung sa jiu-jitsu, di ba? Time on the mat lang talaga, di ba? Kahit gaano kagaling yung coach mo, di ba? I'd like to think magaling yung coach ko, pero pagdating ko dito, nag-train ako kanina sa Pilipinas, ginulpi ako ng blue belt. Syempre, gugulpin ako ng blue belt.
But Elon Musk is like 6'2" and like 5 inches taller and 20 kilos heavier, like baka lang niya yan si Zaki, diba? Like how do you take them? I mean, jiu-jitsu, like you guys are great on the ground, but before getting to the ground, you have to bring the guy to the ground. Like how do you do that?
All jiu-jitsu matches naman start on your feet Yeah, parang competitive jiu-jitsu starts on
pero
the feet.
Pero across 3 different weight class.
Pero, I mean, I don't know. Hindi ko alam. Pero parang naalala mo yung original UFC, di ba? Wala namang weight class yung UFC. Tapos ang late ni Royce Gracie, lahat pinapatulog niya, di ba? So,
until they learned.
Until
and then they couldn't catch up
na. Until they learned, So, makaka-catch up pa si Elon. Ewan ko. Hindi man ako expert dito, White belt lang ako. Pero parang...
Yeah, but that gives you some rough ideas. I was thinking, ano be the strategy of Zaki? I mean, ikaw, Mark, kung nagsunto ka, nag-MMA yung dalawa na yan, anong sa tingin mo gagawin ni Zaki? Kung ikaw yung mas maliit, mas payat, pero mas bata, mas magandang cardio at may mas background sa wrestling. At yung isa gusto niya idaan sa laki ng katawan at basic defense lang from...
baka iti-take down lang. Pag sa ground game ni Elon, wala na, patay na.
Pero may element dito, sino yung mas malaking ulo? Kasi yung mas malaking ulo, sila yung nagiging overconfident.
Elon.
Elon.
By far.
I think that's the kind of biggest disadvantage kung malaki ulo mo, di ba? You do something crazy because
literally, malaki ulo niya.
You think you can take the guy just because maliit siya and then you didn't realize may technique pala yung isa. Di ba? So...
Feeling ko cardio pa lang, wala na yun si Elon. 3 minutes pa lang, pagod na yan.
But it's very clear that that Elon Musk is a loser. Like, that's what he's shown the world, di ba?
He's a dork, sorry to say it,
He tanked Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So, he's on a losing streak. Ba't siya mananalo dito? May loser mentality yan ngayon eh.
Yeah, but can we deconstruct that? Kasi many people say, oh, he's the richest man in the world who made Tesla, what it is. But we know this guy, he's really not the guy who found Tesla. SpaceX is really a Pentagon project.
Investor yan sa Tesla,
Twitter
diba?
is not his own creation. So he seems...
Sinira niya yung Twitter.
Yeah, so he's more like a salesman. More, siya eh. Operator. Hindi siya talaga inventor like Steve
brother,
Jobs.
Pinag-usapan mo nga Steve Jobs, di ba? Si Steve Jobs talaga, may product development element yan si Steve Jobs,
may genius
diba?
talaga, yeah.
Pero interesting tong threads na to eh. Kasi di ba, Facebook or Meta now, they tried the metaverse, di ba? Tapos they tried VR, di ba? They tried hardware. Kakainin sila ng buhay ng Apple doon.
No? Biglang tagal-tagal nilang, ang dami nilang sinunog na pera dyan.
Kakainin
nung naglabas yung Apple.
Kasi hindi naman yun yung expertise sila eh. Pero ito, kalaban mo Twitter, si Elon Musk. Walang kwenta na Twitter ngayon dahil I think Elon Musk fired at least half of the people there, di ba? So prone to crashing. Nobody likes it.
Mas meron ngayon yung number of posts, if hindi ka blue check, only can see 600 a day. That's ridiculous, bro.
And kaya nga daw inopen na maaga yung threads, di ba? So ngayon, ang kalaban mo Twitter, may labanan mo Apple sa hardware, your Facebook, hindi mo kaya, hindi yan na expertise mo eh. Labanan mo Twitter on social media, social media expert ka eh.
Yes.
Kaya mo yan. May tulog yung kalaban mo.
Tama. Matalino si Zaki eh. Believe ako sa kanya, bro.
This is a good move. Yung initial moves, yung metaverse, I thought medyo bobo yun. Ito, this is kind of inspired.
Baka the metaverse comes back later kasi kinain siya ng ChatGPT eh.
Yeah, that's
Remember,
true.
suddenly ChatGPT came, everyone forgot about metaverse. So, unfortunately, it's a fat thing. But, remember with the Elon Musk, the whole heroic journey he had, supposed it was to bring in free speech and all of that.
Kadiri.
But speaking of free speech, speaking of another major platform, alam niyo na saan mapunta na conversation.
Ito na.
I was gonna
Breaking
go.
news. Ngayon lang.
Out of nowhere, YouTube has a new addition to its banned list.
Nako.
Parang it was
Ingat
coming
na
na, no? So ito yung isang tao na FBI wanted list pa to? So officially hindi lang yung founder or may-ari, but now even the SMNI
Company owns.
The company of the appointed son of God.
Wow.
my lord. Woo!
Has been terminated by YouTube.
Pare, pwede mo pang gawin yan sa appointed son of God? Hindi pwede bang basta gawin niya sa...
Pa-stop yung Google. Mag-stop na lang sila. Diba? So,
o baka,
I'm sure meron din silang doon.
Pero ngayon na chinil mo na yung free speech siya, pwede na siya mag-basketball. Nakita mo ba na nag-score siya ng 100 plus points sa isang game sa YouTube? Grabe yun. Grabe yun. Si appointed son of God.
Basketball games ni, before we go to his YouTube channel.
I mean, Turkmanistan, parang ganun.
No, ganito.
Ilan ba 130 points? Talo pa niya si Will Chamberlain,
usually
pare.
exhibition matches. Parehong ACQ yung suot nila. So, pinapashoot lang siya nung kalaban. Pero he makes the 3-point shots. Galing.
Kaya talaga?
100.
Galing.
Siyempre, appointed son of God yan, Brad.
How old na si
magagawa.
Kabuloy ngayon? 60? 70?
Really?
Pero ang galing niya mag 3
But
points.
can we watch him on YouTube pa rin? It's like yung basketball niya. Yun lang.
Yung mga nag-re-upload na lang. Pati sa official channel niya.
Ang feeling ko mabablock pa rin yan. May algorithm na sila eh. Yung facial recognition. Wait, block.
Ito tanong ko, ano kaya magiging backlash nung pagka-alis nila sa
Kasi
YouTube?
may kaakibat yan, di ba? Yung pinakasikat niyang show sa SMNI recently is a 3-hour show na silang dalawa lang ni Tatay ang nag-uusap, di ba? So effectively, wala na rin si Tatay sa YouTube ngayon, di ba? Nanood ka ba ever ng show ni Tatay?
Yes!
Di ba?
Sa TV ko pa napanood.
Greatest hits, pare. Yung
Giga sa masa.
Greatest hits, di ba? Kung sinong pinatay.
Parang ganyan din siya eh. Bomber jacket. Tapos di ba? Kasi wala ka bomber jacket siya. Ganun. Paano yun?
Ayun nga.
Journalist ako, kailangan ko siya i-code. Sa Manila Times ko na lang malaman.
Sa Facebook pa sila, I believe. Pero pati sa TikTok daw, inalis na din.
Ngayon ko lang nakita. So hindi, i-confirm ko yan ha.
Di ba ang TikTok China? Di ba ang SMNI for better bilateral relationship with China? So bakit tingnan natin.
Naisip kung si Tatay Digong pa yung presidente, siguro ngayon nag-aano na yan.
TikTok bans si Kibuloy. Pero hindi yata yung hindi pa.
Yung SMNI content.
Sa YouTube pa lang. Pero that's big kasi they worked hard para makaabot dun sa milyon na subscribers nila sa YouTube. Tapos in an instant, alis ka agad, tanggal ka agad ni Google yung ano nila, YouTube yung channel nila.
So we can still watch Tatay Digong on TikTok.
And Facebook.
And Facebook.
Pero pag lumabas si Kibuloy doon sa show, hindi na pwede.
I don't get it. So if YouTube ban
kasi
because
yung
of US
show,
sanctions,
kasi yung
why
show
not
ni
Facebook?
Tatay Digong katabi niya si Kibuloy eh.
Hindi kasi ang nangyari diyan, hindi naman US government yung nagpa-take down eh. Merong YouTuber na nagreklamo, bakit yung pinapayagan yung channel ni Kibuloy wanted yan ganito. So tinake down yung channel. O tinake down niya lang yung personal pero yung kanyang company may channel pa rin. O tinake down na din ng
kasi depende sa US
hindi natin alam kung sino nag-request. Hindi na pa-public.
I forgot the name eh. Pero merong
nag-identify siya.
It could be the US Treasury Department if there's sanctions.
Or it could be anyone. Apparently.
Pero yun nga, may nagreklamo. So sa Facebook, I'm not sure kung meron din. Pero meron pa.
Baka it's just a matter of time before habol na rin Facebook. Because if it's a US sanctions, then Facebook has to follow. Right? I mean, isn't generally YouTube crazier than Facebook? Usually the crazier people, you find them on YouTube than Facebook, right? I mean, YouTube is their rabbit hole. So if YouTube is banning these guys, then most likely it will fall. Like si Alex Jones. Can you find him like on Facebook? Di ba nung naban na siya sa YouTube ganun? So, I don't know, maybe it's just a matter of time.
So lahat ng Kibuloy out na sa YouTube? Basta may image si Kibuloy, ganun ba yun?
Or affiliated companies.
Hindi, kasi
so kahit yung favorite basketball clip sa atin, wala na yun?
I think,
yung 130 points.
If you use a different channel tapos you re-upload from Facebook, makakalusot
okay.
Makakalusot Yun lang channels na owned niya mismo. Kasi definitely SMNI siya may-ari.
Commercial, kasi commercial interest yan.
So, yun.
But that's still a big deal kasi yung channel yan, daming followers, di ba?
They worked hard to reach yung million na subscribers na yun. Tapos,
Kasi wala silang laban sa Air War, sa GMA TV5, ganun, di ba? Pero sa online sila malakas, lalo sa TikTok.
Nabawasan.
So literally that's their
bread and butter nila yan.
The same way that Rappler is the online the parang news star before, sila yung right-wing version. You can put it that way, right?
That's right. No,
they're
I think you're right.
SMNI and Rappler. So both of them try to bypass
mirror images of each other.
They try to we're not saying there's a moral equivalence because anointed yung isa naman ay di ba?
Awarded. Anointed versus awarded.
Okay. Wala, marami tayong makancel.
Makaaway.
Hindi,
tahimik lang ako dito sa Gedli.
Ayun. Pakidelete na part na to. Wala akong sinabi.
Wala naman talaga sinabi.
Grabe. I'll
we're just explaining the
watching the reactions ng mga host nila. Sila Sas, mag-react yan. Si Tatay Harry Roque, mag-react yan. For sure. Pero the thing is, ito kasi, si YouTube parang company ko, right ko kung sino yung gusto. Wala kang laban eh.
Totoo. Hindi naman gobyerno yan eh.
Hindi gobyerno yan eh. Parang it's there.
Elon Musk can do whatever he wants.
If they want to take down your channel, nila yun eh, platform nila.
Play victim sila. Suddenly now, freedom of expression.
Yun eh.
Suddenly now, democracy, human rights, gano'n. Alam na natin yung mga kalakaran dyan. Yun ang pag-usapan. Sayang pa naman.
Sasabihin ni Tatay yun? Democracy, human rights?
Si Sasso.
Si Sasso. Pero si Tatay hindi.
Sa Tatay, sabi niya CIA conspiracy. For sure, 100%. 100%. Kasi threatened daw.
Amerikano yan.
Dahil sa EDCA, sinabi niya sa EDCA, tinanggal siya. For sure, yun ang sabihin ni Tatay.
Sigurado. May gikan pa rin, pero sa Facebook.
Sa Facebook.
Pero definitely, nawalan sila ng audience sa YouTube. Mas malaki pa rin naman yung audience.
Lalo sa NCR. I think sa NCR, usually mga gano'n. Now, Davao, they can do their own radio.
Pero syempre, kakabakaba din sila. Anytime, baka tanggalin din tayo ni Facebook. Diba? So may ganong, anong gagawin natin pag inalis tayo dyan?
May ICC pa. I mean, you never know. All of them might come together, right?
Yun ang kinakaharap ngayon.
Now, of course, some of these macho men are suddenly facing some difficult situation, but there's a different group of very macho men who are doing very, very well nowadays. So kumbaga habang yung YouTube isa nasasara, itong YouTube ng isa, ano na ba yung following ni Idol Rafi? 50 million na ba on YouTube?
It's
Like,
the biggest.
it's crazy,
Siya bang biggest?
bro.
Second to
Yeah.
ABS-CBN.
Bro, like,
So an individual is bigger than ABS-CBN or
Yeah.
competitive.
Second.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Like he's bigger than Vice Ganda, he's bigger than I'm bringing it up now. So yung isa na ban, pero itong mga to on the rise, no? Idol Rafi Tulfos. Ano bang pangalan ng channel nila?
Rafi Tulfo in action.
In action.
In Action. Okay.
Grabe yung,
Oh
grabe
my God.
yung...
Kasi yun, oo.
So si Idol
27 million. Solid.
Hindi ako nagugulat.
Solid yan.
Hindi ako
Solid
nagugulat.
Yeah.
Kasi radyo pa lang, ganyan nakalakas eh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Una ko napansin yung Rafi Tulfo, kung ko siya sa podcast
Yeah,
natin, diba?
let's go to the very beginning, bro.
2010s, Brad, diba? Kahit saang taxi ka sumakay, basta si Rafi Tulfo ang nasa ere, nakikinig yan, diba? Tapos after that, manunood pa sila ng T3, yung show niya with his brothers, diba?
Right.
Si Bitag,
tsaka
si Erwin, diba?
Yeah.
So, actually ngayon, pag sinabi nating ipatulfo mo, dati Erwin Tulfo yan kasi si Kuya eh. Pero ngayon, pag sinabi yung ipatulfo mo, ibig sabihin, Simon, yung columnist. Pag sinabi mo, sinusumbong mo kay Mon. Pero really na, pag sinabi Tulfo or isusumbong ka kay
Idol
Tulfo,
talaga.
ang ibig sabihin mo na talaga, si Idol Rafi, di ba? I would say na, yes, prominent lahat ng Tulfo. And in a way, kahit Tulfo sister, si Wanda Tulfo Tio, di ba? Pero among the Tulfos, meron talagang primus inter pares. First among equal, si Idol Rafi, di ba?
Yung appeal niya kasi.
Iba yung appeal niya eh.
I think, kasi before, nagsimula sila, puro mga reklamo ng mga employees, mga OFW, ganon. Puro mga problemang ganon. Tas awayin niya yung police, away. Pero nung nag-shift siya to away barangay ng mga nagrereklamo, doon parang talagang nag-ibang level siya.
So you think that was the take-off point to the next level?
Sa akin,
talaga?
in my opinion,
yung away barangay.
Ako away Mike Arroyo. Kasi government radio yan si Rafi sa simula, di ba? Paaway siya kay FG. Tapos, hindi ko na matandaan kung ano yung away. Pagkatapos doon,
Kailan?
private
Anong year
radio.
pala yan yung barangay? Anong year yan?
Ay, hindi, mas recent yun.
Tapos private.
you're
Ito
talking about
private.
the first level
Ito
up,
yung
yeah.
Tapos private radio na. Tapos, pumasok na yung Radyo 5, di ba? And yung Radyo 5, FM yan. AM style radio, pero FM quality, di ba? Tapos maririnig mo si Idol doon. Doon talaga
Yun yung first take off.
yung bumulusok
Nag-shift na siya,
talaga.
yung second take off.
Pero yung reputation niya na matapang siya, nagsimula yun dahil ang binangga niya, first gentleman kaagad nung time na yun. And mahirap na, nakakalimutan na natin ngayon, di ba? Yung time na yun, di ba? Pero nung time na yun, a lot of people really thought that one of the biggest centers of power in government was first gentleman Mike Arroyo, di ba? Anong mga panahon. So, na-develop niya yung ganyung klaseng reputation.
So parang, the same way that Lacson was going after the FG, he was like the cultural icon going after FG. Parang fiscalizer siya from the outside. Kasi Lacson made a name really for going after FG back in the day, diba?
Tapos, di ba, yung naging sumbong programming yan, meron nga sinulat na article, na interview siya noong 2013 eh.
Yeah.
Tapos sabi ko, noong 2013 nagsulat ako ng article.
or Heroes yung title.
Tapos nagsulat ako ng parang isa pang mas intellectual na article, ang tawag weak state, strong Tulfo.
Yeah.
Tapos sabi ko parang actually dalawa lang naman ang show na ganito kalakas ang appeal na parang sa tingin ng mga tao na pag tumawag sila sa show pwede nilang baguhin yung situation. Baka pwede pa nilang baguhin yung lipunan. Sabi ko that yung unang show na gano'n, yung show ni Rafi Tulfo, yung isang show, baka hindi nyo alam, show ito sa Davao, dun sa mayor nila sa Davao na ang pangalan Rodrigo Duterte. Kailangan ko pa ipaliwanag. 2013 to eh. So kailangan ko pa ipaliwanag kung sino si Digong na panahon. Pero there was a sense even at that time na napansin ko, parang Duterte light na tong si Rafi Tulfo. Duterte na hindi pumapatay. And if in 2013, Duterte light na siya, can you imagine if a Duterte light would run for president, di ba? Because essentially the promise is, kasing tapa ko si Duterte, lahat binabangga ako, mahilig ako, nagbibigay ako ng hustisya na mabilis, pero wala ako ng excesses ni Digong, di ako pumapatay, di ba? It's a great mo.
I'm Trump without the Trump league.
Well, in a way, di ba si Yorme medyo nag-tap into that din a little bit, di ba? Na parang uma-action ako kagaya ni Digong pero hindi ako pumapatay, 'di ba? So it's actually a model that's been tried before and we'll see kung gagana siya under the
gumagana siya based on all the numbers we have, right? So, if you look at the presidential survey as early as now, whoever was behind that survey.
Pero para sa ang criteria kung gagana is kung mananalo siya, ultimately. So, question mark pa rin.
Hindi, for me kasi, Leloy, ganito, if the assumption is Sarah is a shoe-in for president.
Hindi talaga eh.
Yeah, kaya nga, but that used to be the assumption na sa shoe-in. You treat her differently, way more than just a VP. You treat her as essentially the successor. But now, because of the rise of Tulfos, suddenly the field is more fluid. And that's making, I don't know, Martin Romualdez more confident. Maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes the opposition more confident. That makes, you get what I'm saying? So, it matters. It matters that Sarah is not seen. And this is also important. Remember, the unit team was a 60% block, right? 3 out of 5 voters. The numbers we see from Sarah are 28, 20, 30, 30%. That means tapos na yung unit team. That unit team is not a kind of a solid, coherent block na you can carry from election cycle to another election cycle. So I think that's where the relevance of Tulfo comes in. So whether you're for Tulfos or not, for me, the relevance is that they have proven that hindi shoe-in si Sarah for 2028. And as much as, yes, you say that Idol Rafi is the guy, Erwin is doing not too bad, right? So siya yung sa unaided survey is number one.
Alam mo pa rin na interview silang tatlo.
Yeah, can you tell us like what was the experience of talking to each of them?
So, nung panahon na yun, nasa T3 pa
Hindi
sila
si
ng
Mon,
time na
si
yun.
Ben.
Hindi, yung tatlong T3, interview ko yung
Ben,
T3.
Erwin,
I think directly to or directly before or shortly after naban sila for a while dahil inaway nila si Raymart Santiago na tinawag tinawag ni Idol Rafi na Raymart Barreto. Sabi niya, Raymart, actually favorite moment ko in Philippine TV. Sabi ni Idol Rafi, Raymart, pag makita kita, baka yung puwet mo nasa ulo mo na.
Oh my God.
Tapos si Ben Tulfo may American accent pa. Sabi niya, Raymart, magkikita tayo, mag-meeting tayo sa isang abandoned warehouse. Matira-matiba.
Abandoned.
Marami ka lang kasama, Raymart, pero hindi mo alam, ang kuya namin, master yan. Siga pero may American accent.
Siga pero konyo pala.
So anyway, para I think shortly before or after that episode na naban sila sa TV. Dahil sinindak
sila. Naban rin pala sila. Wala.
Naban sila.
Naunahan sila Kibuloy.
So, pero parang ang masasabi ko talaga, iba yung karisma nila eh. Kasi yung karisma ni Ben Tulfo, pagpasok ko dun sa kwarto, lapit siya sa akin, pare, sino bibitagin natin dito? Ikaw. Ganun yung parang medyo alam niya na ridiculous yung persona niya at ginagago niya yung sarili niya. Doon ang gagaling yung charisma. May self-deprecation eh. So, yun yung charisma niya. Erwin parang tahimik.
Yeah.
Actually, parang mahihain pa nga si Erwin pag nakausap mo.
Right.
Si Rafi, combines a little bit of both. At saka, iba lang talaga. Yun yung charisma hindi mo mapaliwanag. Parang pagpasok mo lang sa kwarto. Sorry. Shit, si Idol yan. Para mararamdaman mo talaga. I don't know kung may ganong effect si Sara Duterte. I've heard na may ganong effect. Pero charisma is something you can't explain eh. And I think some people have tried to quantify it. Yung quantification ng charisma daw is may lambing pero may tapang. Yung sabi nga ni Duterte, diba? Tapang at malasakit, diba? Definitely mafe-feel mo yun.
Sarah,
ano to, magino pero medyo bastos.
In fact, yes.
Magino pero medyo bastos essentially.
Tapang at malasakit. Yun daw ang formula for charisma.
Parang bongo yan tapang malasakit.
Yung roles ngayon ng Tulfo parang nakaset na eh. Si Rafi is the lead, parang siya yung pinaka-face, harapan. Si Ben yung pinaka-attack dog.
Yeah.
Siya yung gets down on the dirt pag may kaaway sila.
Kasi nga, abandoned warehouse nga dati yung Google Pay niya.
Siya yung pag may tumitira may tumitira kay Rafi, si Ben ang makikipag-away. Si Erwin yung nasa government side naman. Diba? Okay siya with the president, tapos
that's right.
Politiko.
So they are setting up the chess pieces eh.
Nangyari kay Mon? Nawala bigla sa usapan.
Medyo hindi siya,
Malaki kasi talaga yung age gap eh. Di ba? Malaki yung age gap. At saka yung T3 talaga, sinabi nila, they're the Tulfos who grew up with each other.
Yeah.
Sila yung parang, they have special, I think sila Chabacano yan eh. So the T3, they can speak Chabacano to each other dahil matagal yung time na sa Zamboanga. Ito yung isa pang appeal.
So literally they have a shared language.
Ito yung isa pang appeal ng Tulfo, di ba? Kasi military family yan, di ba?
Yeah.
Umikot ng Pilipinas. So like Gloria Arroyo, multilingual.
Polyglot.
Diba? Ang dami lang kayong kausapin na Pilipino at expose sila sa kultura at problema ng Pilipino across the country, di ba? Hindi naman nasasabing mula Batanes hanggang Hulo, pero
Joey De Leon.
iba, pero yung ganong klaseng appeal. And, tayo sa Maynila, nakakalimutan natin ito, napakahalaga sa mga botante na kinakausap sila sa sarili ng wika, di ba?
Yeah, it's big, no? I mean, I remember si Tita Arroyo, right?
Si Tita, di ba?
She would speak Ilocano. When she's in Baguio, she'll be Kapampangan. She can speak even Bisaya because Arroyo yung asawa niya.
Si Mon, parang medyo hindi siya ganun ka-close doon sa tatlo. Pero ngayon, he is taking shots na against Sarah.
Yeah. Siya yung nag-start, Last year pala, nakita ko yung mga attack nila. Kaysa, Mon was the one.
At the end of the day, they're still brothers.
Oo naman.
Still,
Kaya nga gustong gulpin si Raymart Santiago. Diba?
Ay, oo.
Kaya parang they're putting the chess pieces in play Diba? Yung misis niya from Region 2. Diba? From Isabela.
So you're saying the organization is being laid down as we speak?
Mukhang ganun Yung kanilang partners, yung mga Yaps, di ba?
From the North, Cordilleras.
Cordilleras, meron doon. Tapos sa Quezon City, yung anak ni Idol Rafi, isa congressman na. So mukhang inaano na
those things. But now obviously, hindi naman early peak, but klarong-klaro na the Tulfos are the new force because Bongbong Marcos, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, aside from, and then Sara also is very quiet, right? Pansin mo, wala siyang so that created the vacuum. And because opposition naman will have a separate episode, medyo travel vlogging
tsaka
sila,
iba pa rin platform ang Senado sa Vice President's Office, Iba pa rin platform kasi may hearing
Yeah.
Diba? Yung Vice President wala mang hearing ang galing ni Rafi sa
hearing. May confidential fund.
But yeah, pero yung exposure ba, 'di ba? Ang galing ni Rafi sa hearing 'di ba? Sa yung nabanatan niya si Cynthia Villar over yung housing issue. Nabanatan niya si Bato ng konti, 'di ba? Na si Bato was forced to say ako dapat nag-interpolate pero feel ko ako yung na-interpolate, 'di ba? Parang hindi niya kinaya, hindi niya kinaya si Idol kasi
makawa ako sa inyo.
Magaling maganap ng butas si Rafi Tulfos sa argumentation ng kasama niya sa hearing 'di ba?
So you're saying, I remember you're the first guy who said something like Duterte is a master rhetorician, right? Do you think that Rafi is a master debater?
Debater tayo pareho. Pero
not in the traditional sense, right?
I definitely see yung debater instincts sa kanya. And dati tinanong, as do sa interview ko sa kanya, tinanong ko, Idol, parang may alam na ba kayo nag-legal courses na ba kayo?
Yeah.
Kasi legal problem na yung binubuno niya kasi pag tumawag, di ba, kunwari, may problema yung tao with an employer, tatawagin niya yung DOLE. Ano yung DOLE regulation dyan?
Right.
Or may abuso yung police, tatawagin niya yung police chief. Alam niya. Or tatawagin niya si Vico. Si Vico, lagi niya tinatawagan si Vico kasi laging tumutulong sa kanya si Vico, di ba? Tapos parang alam niya lahat ng legal ins and outs.
Right.
And sabi niya sa akin, actually, the best legal, effectively sinasabi niya, wala akong formal legal education pero tumanggap ka ba naman ng tawag araw-araw about complaints tapos kailangan alamin mo yung proseso, hindi mo sa tingin mo ba hindi legal education yon?
Yeah. Organic.
Actually, organic Training yun Training yun araw-araw.
Lahat ng problema.
And so in effect, it's like on-the-job lawyering, right? I would say that's a kind of like everyday law school, di ba?
Yeah.
So he has
you
that.
deal with the Philippine judicial institutions as they are.
As they are. Not
in school.
Hindi yung nasa libro, di ba? As presented to you by whatever constituency you wish to serve. And that's a kind of potent understanding of the legal system. A very
but that's why
potent,
also
grounded understanding of the legal
Rafi
system.
Tulfo is also pushing for legal education for average Filipinos, right? Because one of the biggest problems we have had in the Philippines, the reason why most of us didn't go into law school is because we found it very pretentious.
Nababadoyan ako.
Baduy talaga. Kasi yung US Constitution, I mean, if I'm 100% sure, if I were in America, I would have been a lawyer by now. Because ang ganda ng constitution nila. I mean, it's masarap. Here, like, it's so pretentious. Like,
pangit sila magsulat dito
pangit ng sulat. Like,
hindi malinaw
I'm not gonna
magsulat.
put that thing into my beautiful mind. Like, that's gonna pollute my prose.
Ang daming mga wherefore art daw.
It's so kadiri. Yung mga nagsulat. Of course, we respect the constitution. I'm talking about the prose. Whoever the geniuses behind it. So, for me, tama yung sinasabi ni Idol Rafi na kailangan natin yung isang education program to prepare people to understand yung basic process sa fiscal, sa arraignment, yung mga ganyan.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kailangan yan kasi dapat hindi to mystified Dapat walang mystification yan kasi doon nagkakaroon na abuso Natatakot ang tao. Arraignment lang pala to.
Yung mga simple things like kunwari parang yung kunwari nahuli ka ng MDA, sir, kung hindi nyo bayaran, seminar yan. wala namang seminar eh.
Yeah.
Di ba? Or parang third offense ata yung seminar, pero tatakutin ka para masuhulan
exactly.
ka. Small things like that.
Yes, you're right. And the thing I heard, no, and then I'm sure you can pitch on this. I heard na he also works with like other mayors, including progressive mayors like
Yung si Vico, and also yung
that,
and yung maganda, 'di ba? Positioning on women's rights issues at saka LGBT issues. Kasi marami tumatawag sa kanya na abused women. And of course, he needs to take that side. Now, okay, is it a feminist position? Maybe not kasi pero macho yung approach, 'di ba? Parang chivalrous man defending the weak woman. May ganyan pa ring narrative. And that should be challenged. Pero at the end of the day, what's the effect? Naproprotektahan yung victims of domestic violence.
Yeah, that's some. But okay, let's so two things like I want to talk about more. Like one is ano yung potential drawbacks of Tulfos political rise. There are people concerned about them becoming a dynasties. There are people concerned about their personalities. Are they open to consultation? Are they inclusive as they should be if they become even higher position leader? And then on the other hand, you have been following this. May mga rising stars because of attacking Tulfos.
Na mga taga-banat. Kwento nyo nga sa akin yung mga
anti-Tulfo. So can we talk about these two things? Uy, ayun nasagutin yung first part. Sige, na lang tayo sa second part. Talagang fan na fan eh.
Kwento nyo muna.
Balikan natin yan kasi pag-usapan naman natin.
Hindi ako umiiwas. Kwento nyo muna.
Mahal kita bro, go. Ikaw, when did this thing start? These attacks on the Tulfos? I mean, of course, a lot of us had concerns about the publicity by trial, trial by publicity situation. But now we have, some big YouTubers there. That
yes,
big
mostly
one.
si Attorney Libayan talaga na meron siyang daily dose ng
anti-Tulfo.
Anti-Tulfo.
Anong platform niya? YouTube
siya, pero may Facebook din siya. Pero malakas siya sa YouTube. 300,000 yata followers niya, di ba?
Malakas si
bro,
Attorney Libayan din. Pero he tackles a lot of issues eh. Pero paborito lang talaga niya itong si Idol Rafi. So, kung anong position ni Idol Rafi, kadalasan nandun siya sa kabilang side.
Yeah.
So, yun. So, meron din namang mga umaatake sa kanya na pro-Tulfo, gano'n. Pero araw-araw yun. Siya yung pinaka-main na kumukontra.
Ano yung main argument against Idol?
Na he's taking the law into his own hands.
He's disrespecting the authorities, demeaning the institutions of authority, law enforcers. You cannot talk like that to the PNP people, ganun. Because you want people to respect the institution. I mean, of course, you can make the counter-argument. Dapat respeto ka rin, di ba? But his point is, and then he incites each provisions of the law, of the constitution, na this is what he violates. Parang bumibenta din yan. Alam mo, sa Sara supporters
alam mo, isa sa mga ayaw natin, di ba, yung nagtuturf, di ba? Kunwari, economists to say, only economists can talk economics, right? Yeah. Is there an element of turfing here? Like he's saying,
Filipino lawyers? Please.
Parang, hindi naman abogado yun si Rafi Tulfo. May ganun ba? Hindi ko pa napanood.
I think it's more than turfing. It's more like, you don't know what you're talking about because I'm a lawyer, right?
Okay.
There are lawyers in the Philippines. Anyway,
ano?
No, I mean, I want to say something.
Sige, pag-isipan mo
naman. I mean,
parang kung ano yung side ni Tulfo, siya yung abogado sa kabila.
Okay.
Parang whatever it takes para kontrahin yung ganito, kontrahin yung ganon. So,
has he ever agreed with Idol Rafi?
Parang hindi.
Parang wala pa ako napapanood eh.
Pero I mean, dun sa huli, parang, di ba yung latest issue kay Aura, dun sa poblasyon, di ba? Yeah.
Na-kuryente sila ng konti.
Ganito, I mean, parang, nung tinanong yung spokesman ng Southern Command ba yan sa Philippine PNP, na parang yung pagkasabi na parang was implying dahil LGBT, parang ang dating dahil LGBT, baka gusto niya makiano sa mga lalaki, gano'n.
Tinanong ni Idol Rafi yung sa police na bakit naman gagawin ni Aura yun na huhubaran yung lalaki. Ang naging sagot nung police, nung chief doon, kasi po alam naman natin si Aura LGBT, so gusto nilang tumitingin ng magagandang katawan. So parang na-generalize niya lahat ng LGBT.
Medyo judge.
Medyo parang homophobic pa ng konti yung yung slant nung comment.
Exact.
Hindi
parang
siguro
nalalahat
police pero ganun yung lumabas sa pagkasabi niya. Na sabi naman ni Idol Rafi, dapat ang sinagot sa kanya daw nung police is siguro nakainom, di ba? Kaya ganun yung action. Pero to generalize na basta LGBT ka.
May homophobic nga yung dating kung generalize mo.
Yun. So ganun ang nangyari. So ako medyo nasa side ako ni Idol Rafi doon.
So Tulfo said na, just said, wag po. Wag tayo. That's not job to
mali
judge.
Po yan, sabi niya. Mali po yun. Hindi po porket
wag ganyan.
LGBT.
That's
Oo.
exactly his persona on the show, di ba? Walang pinagkaiba yung persona sa Senate hearing doon sa persona sa show. Ayun yung isa pang appeal dyan sa tingin ko, transferable yung persona. Anyway, go.
Ayun. So, hindi, yun ang, basta,
Yun yung, yun yung
pinukontra ni
napansin
Atty.
natin.
Libayan, ganun. So,
Meron naman, I mean, meron ding element dito like, nasaan ba yung problem? Like, there's something problematic about a society that needs a Rafi Tulfo. Di ba?
Sorry, kaya ulitin ko. Ito yung quote to. Alam mo naman si Aura is LGBT. Gusto niyang makita yung magandang katawan. Yun yung sinabi ng pulis. Tapos sabi ni Rafi, ay hindi sir, mali ka dyan sir. Wag sir, wag ganon. Palibasa ay LGBT, gusto makita agad ng katawan ng isang lalaki. Siguro po mayroon pong pinagmulan yung kaguluhan.
Okay.
So actually very maayos.
Pro-LGBT yung position.
So yeah, suddenly the whole toxic masculinity accusation goes out of the window. Yeah. Except, later on lumabas yung videos na iba that
si Aura pa.
saan sinabi?
Akala ko matapang ka. Gagano sila. Ilabas mo nga ang...
Ay! Shian Gaza! Pakilabas yung video ni Shian Gaza.
You were saying something.
Sorry bro, I cut
Say
you
sa
there.
first question mo, Brother Richard, di ba? Para may problema ba
Yes,
dito?
Brother Leloy.
I think there's really a society that needs a Rafi Tulfo has problems, di ba?
Yeah, strong, weak state, strong Tulfo.
In an ideal world, hindi mo na kailangan dapat tumawag sa Rafi Tulfo para aregluhin ng pulis yung problema mo, kung legitimately na agrabyado ka. Dapat diretso ka na lang sa pulis. In an ideal world, hindi na kailangan si Rafi yung tatawag sa tanggapan ng mayor or whatever. Kailangan ikaw bilang isang mamayan, pwede na kagad tumuloy doon at actionan yon. So, the presence of a Rafi Tulfo is indicative of problems in society. So yung debate natin
It's a
dito
symptom
symptom siya. So ang pagdedebatiin natin ngayon is does Rafi Tulfo make it worse, or does Rafi Tulfo provide or does Rafi Tulfo or is Rafi Tulfo just making the best out of a bad situation? Sa tingin ko yun yung pagdedebate natin about
measure.
Or
Or he can evolve and become an institution builder.
pwede
That's the
rin.
hope.
Yun
That's
yung
the hope.
hope.
Right? Sorry,
Ako,
go.
ang tingin ko kasi since yung sa justice system natin, ang kadalasang problema, minsan pera-pera eh. For the rich
Or worse.
And then, nadadaan the only way to counter pag kunyari mayaman yung kalaban mo or maraming pera yung kalaban mo is to give publicity dun sa issue. Kasi pag public
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
and no one does that better than Rafi
Yeah,
Tulfo.
he sheds light, sunlight, so it allows weaker persons to have their
May laban.
fair. Yeah, I see what
May
you're saying.
transparency.
So publicity matters in a situation na there's an imbalance in
balance
terms of
Kasi,
other. Yeah,
syempre,
that's a good point.
Tsaka,
Oy, pwede ka na
pare yung yung conceptual yan,
That's
yung sa
good point,
politics, di ba? The media is a political institution. So hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na porket bumabanat yung media at nag-intervene yung media na outside the law na yun, because in a way, you recognizing the power of media is part and parcel of our legal system,
Yeah,
di ba?
exactly.
Part yan ng feedback loop ng demokrasya natin. So that's actually legal,
Yes.
you know?
Yes, I mean the judicial institutions, if you look at all of the studies about their rulings, they're very connected to the political zeitgeist, right? And the moment, you cannot separate Supreme Court rulings from the prevailing political sentiment in the country. The two are related, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because the law should adjust also to the society. It's a two-way street, diba?
And media ensures justice.
Media is part of the
media
political
ensures
process,
justice,
right?
diba?
Exactly.
So in a way, parang
That's an interesting spin or explanation na the publicity dynamic that Rafi brings to the game could be also an equalizer in an extremely imbalanced situation whereby marami sa ating kababayan cannot even understand the basics of our law. Forget about prosecuting their case, right?
Kasi if you're trying to bribe someone, sasabihin nung binabribe mo, ay ma'am, publicize tong issue na to eh. If I move, pumayag ako dyan, ako naman yung
yes.
You create a cordon
unlike
sanitaire.
if tahimik yun, walang media, di ba, tanggapin ko, walang makakaalam.
Pwede lutuin agad.
Pwedeng lutuin
I get what you're saying.
And yung effect niyan, marami ring actual local politicians na gusto si Rafi Tulfo. Kasi kunwari tinawagan ka ni Rafi Tulfo, mayor ka, may nagawa ka, tapos pinasalamatan ka ni Rafi Tulfo
Yes,
on
meron
air,
din
di ba?
siyang ganun,
O di
yes.
may bonus points
Meron
ka
ka
sa local
certification,
Oo, para ano.
Michelin.
Approved by Idol Rafi, di ba? Parang
Yeah.
part ka ng cast of Wanted sa radyo.
Correct. Bro, ano yung yung LGU awarding body sa Philippines.
Oo nga, meron yun na.
Alam mo yan, di ba? Parang ganun na yun.
Na-interview ko yun sa isa sa mga show ko
Yung guy na yan. Alam
Na-interview
mo
ko
yung sinasabi ko, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi doon ko nakilala si Mayor Jesse Robredo Marami siyang award, no? Yung something, anyway, you know what I'm talking about, right? So,
May puok ata in the
Pook,
name.
yeah, something like that. Pook.
Galing.
Yeah, something
Galing
like that.
Pook or
Galing
something.
Pook.
Oh,
Yeah, yes,
okay.
yun. So now we got it. So may pagkaganon na rin siya, di ba? Tatak, certified Rafi.
Well, yeah, and
Rafi,
yung mga iba magagaling naman talaga, nabanggit ko, isa sa mga big time partner talaga niya, si Mayor Vico Soto, lagi natatawagan
Which
ni
is
Rafi
not
Tulfos.
known very much, yeah. Which is good. So hopefully down the road we can also talk
Discuss natin si Vico sa next
with
episode.
Vico. We discuss about Vico and with Vico also, hopefully in the soon. So thank you very much everyone for following us. We went from Threads to YouTube to SMNI and we ended on the Tulfos. I think that's a very interesting way of ending things. On that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this special episode we had. We had, yes. But don't worry, we're gonna have even more discussions. Just to be clear, we are real talk. Yes. Kanina kasi medyo naghahang na ako. Like, saan ba tayo ulit? Thank you very much. Salamat.
Right.
Real Talk